Finally, all the numbers were up. I let out a massive sigh of relief. The lottery stand filled with groans and cursing. But my mood was great. Sure, the amount was not enormous, but it was enough. I happily walked back up to the counter with my ticket. I need to cash this in, please. My words hit the lottery stand like a thunderclap. Everyone spun around to look. He actually won. He really won it. And it was a decent amount too. $10,000 flat. Some guy with a real cocky look, somewhere in his early 30s, could not help but wander over and look me up and down. Hey kid, never seen you around here. Is this your first time buying a ticket? I did not really engage with him, just gave a simple nod. Getting confirmation, the guy could not help but let a smirk creep onto his face. He leaned in a little closer. First time buying a ticket, and you hit this big. What is your secret? Let your boy in on it. There was an obvious threat behind that easygoing tone. The lottery stand owner paused, counting the cash, then turned to me and said, 10,000 is just within the limit I can pay out here. You got a bank account? I can transfer it straight to your card. I ignored the guy and shook my head, telling the owner straight, nah, just give me cash. Then how about we transfer it to a family member's account? The owner shot a look at the other guy and asked again. The owner knew this man had sticky fingers. Anytime someone cashed in a winning ticket alone in the past, if they looked like an easy target, they had been robbed by this guy. He had even done time for it. He was a full-on thug. The kid standing in front of him looked barely a teenager and was so skinny. Walking out of here with 10 grand cash was just asking for trouble, and this was before he even made it out the door. He was already being watched. I glanced at the guy, understood what the owner was trying to do, but there was no way in hell I was sending that money to anyone in my family. Just give me cash, please. That answer made the owner anxious. This kid clearly had no idea how dangerous the world could be. He was already being targeted, and he was not even nervous. The money getting stolen would be the least of it. He was worried about the kid himself. The owner had no choice but to count out the 10 grand and hand it over. He gave me a pat on the shoulder and said earnestly, "Kid, go straight home." Not long after I left, the guy followed right behind me. The lottery owner called out to stop him. Hey, hold on. The owner hesitated for a second and said something about him still being just a kid. So what if he is a kid? I do not care. The man threw that out and walked off without looking back. I took the cash and went straight to the bank. I had just turned 16. Old enough to open my own bank account on my own when I cut through an alley with nobody around. The thug from the lottery stand suddenly jumped out in front of me. He was holding a bat, grinning like a creep and slowly closing in on me. Well, fancy running into you here, kid. What do you want? I frowned. Just hand over the money and nobody gets hurt.